So our topic today is about the long-term benefits of homeownership. So if you've been thinking about buying a home soon, I know that higher mortgage rates, rising home prices, that ongoing affordability concern is probably making you wonder if it still makes sense to buy a home right now. But while those market factors are important, there's always more to consider. So you always need to think about the long-term benefits of homeownership too. So let's think about this. If you know people who bought a home 5, 10, or even 30 years ago, you're probably going to be hard pressed to find someone who regrets that decision. And why is that? Well, the reason is tied to how home values grow with time and how, by extension, that growth occurs in your own wealth. Okay. And that may be why in a recent Fannie Mae survey, 76% of respondents say that they believe that buying a home is a safe investment. So I want to share a couple of graphs with you as part of our topic today. The first one, right here, basically shows us the percent change in home prices across the region in the last 5 years. And if you look, the national average is about 57.3% increase. In our area in the Pacific Southwest, it's nearly 50% at 49.3% home price change increase over 5 years. To kind of drill down a little bit further, we'll go to this one, and this shows us the percent change in home prices since 1991, so a little over 30 years now. And you can see that the national average in home price growth during that time frame was nearly 300%, nearly triple the amount. So the value of your home would have gone up 3 times. In the Pacific, in our region, we're talking about 342.5% on average. Growth over a 30-year period. So again, imagine your portfolio or your wealth growing over that time. While you may have heard talk throughout the year that home prices would crash, it actually hasn't happened, right? So that's a lot of the things we hear nowadays is that, yeah, well, why do I want to buy now? Home prices are going to crash. But in fact, over 100 economists, investment strategists, and housing market analysts were polled recently for the latest quarterly home price expectation survey. And the results show what the economists project will happen with home prices over the next 5 years. In fact, those experts forecast that home prices will go up every year through 2027. So I'm going to share the next graph with you. And this is what those 100 economists kind of projected for pricing increases over the next 5 years. For 2023, about 3.32%, a little lower in 2024, but, kind of moving up over the next couple of years after that. Basically, the projection is that over the next 5 years, home price values will continue to increase somewhere between 2 to roughly 4% each year. Okay. So if you're someone who was worried about home prices falling because of stories you've read online, here's the big takeaway. Even though home prices vary by local market, experts project prices will continue to rise across the country for years to come. And these numbers indicate the return to normal home price appreciation, a little different than what we've seen in the last couple of years. So we're going to get back to that more normal appreciation type. The projection in 2024 isn't as large as 2023, but it's important to recognize that home price appreciation is cumulative. So in other words, if these experts are correct, after your home's value rises by 3.32% this year, it'll appreciate by another 2.17 next year. Okay. So what does this mean for you? Well, once you buy a home, price appreciation raises your home's value, and that grows your household wealth. So let's give you one more graph to see how your wealth could theoretically grow. Okay. So based upon just those 5-year projections, if you bought a house at the beginning of this year for $400,000, okay, in 2024, it would be worth $413, 2025, $422, $435 in 2026, $452 in 2027, and $471 in 2028. So a $71,000 increased home equity over that kind of 5-year period. Okay. And so if you're wondering, for those of you who are still, maybe all of this still isn't enough, but if you're wondering if it still makes sense to buy a home today, you've got to remember to focus on the long-term advantages, right? Buying real estate is about the long term. When you're ready to start your home buying journey, reach out to a local real estate professional, and we're happy to help you. And for more real estate related topics, continue to check out our buyer and seller series right here on our YouTube channel.